Hi, this is Theodore Maines, and I'm doing my Bio 100 signature assignment on anthrax. What is anthrax? Anthrax is a serious infectious disease that is caused by a gram-positive rod-shaped bacterium. This bacterium lives in the soil and mainly affects cattle, sheep, and goats rather than humans. People probably hadn't heard much about anthrax until the bioterror attacks in 2001, when anthrax was put in envelopes and mailed through the U.S. Postal Service. Where does anthrax exist? Anthrax is rare in the United States, but sporadic outbreaks do occur in wild and domestic grazing animals, such as cattle or deer. Anthrax is more common in developing countries, in countries that do not have veterinary programs that routinely vaccinate animals against anthrax. Anthrax exists in contaminated soil, plants, or water. In areas where domestic animals have had anthrax in the past, routine vaccination can help prevent outbreaks. People get infected with anthrax when spores get into the body. When anthrax spores get inside the body, they can be activated. When they become active, the bacterium can multiply, spread throughout the body, produce toxins, and cause severe illness. There are three different types of anthrax. Cutaneous, which is the most common form of anthrax infection. It is considered to be the least dangerous, and infection will usually develop around 1 to 7 days after exposure. Inhalation anthrax is considered to be the deadliest form of anthrax. Infection usually develops within a week after exposure, but it can take up to 2 months. Gastrointestinal anthrax has rarely been reported in the United States, but infection will usually develop anywhere from 1 to 7 days after exposure. How to treat anthrax. There are several antibiotics that are used successfully to treat anthrax. Treatment is highly effective in cases of cutaneous anthrax and is effective in inhalation and gastrointestinal anthrax if begun early in the course of infection. People known to be exposed to confirmed anthrax spores will be given antibiotics, usually ciprofloxacin or doxycycline, for several weeks to prevent infection. If there is any chance that you have been exposed to anthrax, you should consult with your doctor right away. Getting medical attention right away is a must if you feel you've been exposed to anthrax. I feel we need to do more education on anthrax in the medical community and to people like postal workers and the armed services. The monitoring of any livestock that is coming into the country has possibly been exposed to anthrax needs to be tested in order to minimize the risks of exposure in the United States. The US needs to make the vaccine more readily available to everyone who has any sort of risk of being infected. Right now it is available to postal workers, the armed services, and livestock workers. But what about other people who might be exposed to it? Are they just supposed to hope and pray they aren't exposed to it?